Hey! And, hello?
Hello.
Oh, what voice is that? It's Calum Lintott!
Hello. How you doing?
I'm good,
Yeah?
I'm good. I mean, it's a lovely British summer day. It's raining, of course it is.
Horrible.
But yeah, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, you
Yeah.
asked already, yeah.
Oh,
Are you
it's
nervous?
Yeah, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous, Simon.
It's been a while, actually.
It has been a while since I last saw you.
Yeah, we are now pretty much 10 years in now.
Yeah.
And you have a debut album.
Yeah.
It's
It's I'm really excited about it. It's just like a massive, to have it almost out is like a massive weight off my shoulders, to be honest, because it's been a bit of a stress. But it's been such an amazing experience. There's been such a massive effort from everybody involved, you know, from people like donating to the GoFundMe, from people that I've recorded with, from, you know, my family and stuff having to put up with me being stressed out like this. So it's a team project, but it's I'm really happy that it's almost here.
It is, and let's just take it back to the very start. So, when was the first time you remember picking up a guitar and thinking, "This is what I want to do"?
I don't know. It's a difficult one. It's more for me like gigs I went to watch, and like I saw bands like Delays, a great example. The Southampton legends, Delays. Went to see them loads of times when I was younger, and it's like you watch them, and it's like, well, you just want to replicate what they're doing, and that's kind of where it started for me. And then my best friend Josh, when we were in school, he was playing guitar. He coincidentally recorded the whole album with me, so it's like it's a big circle, like a big kind of full circle moment. So yeah, he was playing guitar at school, and then I said, "Oh, that's really cool. I want to play guitar," and asked my mum and dad for a guitar, and they bought me a bass. And it was fine.
Amazing.
I couldn't bear to tell them that it was only sorry to bassist, but it was only a bass guitar, and I really wanted the 6 strings. So after like 2 or 3 weeks of having it, I took it. I remember walking downstairs to my mum and saying, "Mum, you know when I said I wanted a guitar?" She was like, yeah, how is it? How's the guitar? Oh, yeah, this one's only got 4 strings, so can you take it back and get me a 6-string one? And then I was kind of committed to it because I couldn't
Go back then.
Couldn't go back then, no. So I'm actually a bassist at heart that plays a guitar. Yeah.
Paul McCartney.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. There's some incredible bassist songwriters out there, but guitars are good, aren't they?
Yeah.
And this album's full of them. Like, there's so many guitars, like different guitars as well. We used loads of different guitars on the album. Like, there's probably about, I don't know, 50 guitars on the album.
Nice.
Yeah,
Just all layered up.
just like all different guitars. There's some parts in some songs where there's this one guitar in the studio that we were at, and it had like a really kind of hollow, dead kind of sound on this, like old strings basically.
Yeah.
And we use that on a couple of tracks, just in like tiny moments, just because why not use another guitar?
Because you can.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, we'll get on to the recording process in a minute, because that's something that I've already spoken to you briefly about, production-wise and things like that. But like, obviously you've been gigging now for, it's about 10 years, isn't it, since you started?
Yeah.
Like, as a solo act?
Yeah,
going out
about
there.
10 years.
And we've spoken loads of times in the past. What was the catalyst for you going, do you know what, this is now the right time to do an album?
I was always quite against the idea of doing an album. Actually was. You asked, like,
Yeah.
you remember Mo, my previous drummer?
Yeah.
Like, we would always say, no, we don't want to do an album. There's so much energy and time that goes into an album and potentially so little gained from it. So it took me a while to kind of come up with an idea and be brave enough to kind of do it, I suppose. The problem is, I used to say the problem is with an album is that so much material potentially gets lost, because the difference is, you know, if you're releasing singles and making a big hype each time you release one song, chances are each song's going to get more listens than if you release 10 songs at once.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a risk in that sense, but it also gives you the ability to be able to mess around a bit and, like, yeah, release. Half of the songs on this album are single worthy, and half of them are good songs, but they're like a bit more, you can experiment a little bit more and be a bit more weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, the lockdown basically hit, and I just wrote loads of songs, and I thought, you know what, like I've got to do it I've got to do it once at least.
Yeah.
And I just release an album, and then they did the GoFundMe campaign, and
Did really well out of that.
yeah,
Quite quickly as well.
yeah, it shocked me a little bit, and I started off, I think it was 600 quid I was asking for, and then within a few days we'd flown past 600 quid, and I was like, blimey, I'm going to swear now, can you bleep it out?
Yeah, I can bleep it.
That was a good choice of swear word though.
Yeah.
I said, look, let's up the stakes and let's see if I can get to, I think it was 1,500 I said next. And then we got to that after a week or so, or 2 weeks I think it was, and then I was like, right, $3,000.
Yeah.
Not because I wasn't actually trying to rinse people, but I thought, you know what, if people are actually going to get behind it, it also works as a pre-sale for the album. So everyone that donated obviously is going to get a copy of the album. And yeah, it's we got to over £3,000. I even got donated some Bitcoin. Yeah, so I've raised the money, and now we're here. We're almost there.
Almost. We're launch party and album release in November, so it's not long now, and it's 10 years of, so like obviously all the songs are relatively newish, like you say, from lockdown. There's not a previous single that's been released that's made the album. They were all written for this project, weren't they?
Yeah, well, not with this project necessarily in mind, but I wrote them, and some of them weren't written until like the last moment when we were in the studio, and then we were messing around and we wrote a few songs and we thought, oh, these will work well on the album, so we added them and took a few off. But yeah, I wrote around 40 songs probably in total, and then my plan was originally to do to have some of the older stuff on there that I've already released, but I thought, you know what, again, if I'm going to do this album, let's just do it completely new, fresh canvas, blank canvas, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, they're all new songs. 10 new songs basically. And they're all very different as well to each other and to the previous stuff that I've released. So in a way, the old songs wouldn't fit on this album.
No, because it's a project in to itself.
And we recorded all the songs at once in a batch, so to speak. So all of these songs it's like a moment in time, frozen.
It's a capsule. But that's the cool thing about doing an album, though, is it does kind of cement your moment in time, and you can pinpoint to that. You know, I did that. This is all. So just like a single here, single there. You got this one whole solid project. That you can be like, this is mine. Yeah,
that's. But again, it's not really been just me. I mean, I've probably not even played that much of a part in it. It's like, I'm going to take all the credit.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, everyone else. But the reality is, if I didn't have the money and the funding, I wouldn't have been able to get my own LP vinyl printed. I wouldn't have been able to do lots of the stuff like go and record at a nice studio and get it mastered properly and get some lovely artwork made. All this stuff that costs actual real money.
Yeah.
If you want to get it done properly, I wouldn't have been able to do. So there's that, and there's also my band and Josh, who I've recorded with and basically written and recorded the whole album with. Without him, I wouldn't have been able to do it. So I just turned up and let these people make me
sound good.
Yeah.
But like the tracks that we've heard so far, there is the only thing I can sort of describe it as is there's just like a classic rock and roll vibe throughout. Yeah,
it is definitely a rock album, but not like rock as in like it's gonna blow your socks off every song rock, but it's got a guitar edge to it, I suppose, and there's all of the songs have been written on guitar, and it's like a synthy rocky album with a couple of slower, smoother numbers in there too.
But something I mentioned to you before when we've had a couple of singles is the production on it is very Beatles, very like Sgt. Pepper's-esque Beatles era. Was that intentional? Was that a big inspiration?
Definitely a big inspiration. So, I mean, yeah, I guess the Beatles are a band that myself and Josh, again, I keep name dropping him, Joshua Betteridge. He plays guitar for me as well live. So if you've ever seen me play live, he's the one who does this, the pigeon dance, we call it. But yeah, there's definitely some inspiration from the Beatles in the songwriting process, but also in the way we recorded. We actually, for some of the songs, we actually track the drums using a Glyn Johns method, which is essentially, it's a 3-mic technique to mic the drums, and the Beatles use that. Bands like Led Zeppelin as well use that quite a lot. So there are things on there that, you know, things like there's on a few of the songs there's like a tape delay on the vocal, so there's a couple of John Lennon tracks that we really, really like, and we were kind of trying to emulate his vocal, but it's more than just the Beatles. There's loads of bands, but the Beatles I would say, are massive, have been a massive part of the songwriting, but also the way we approach the recording. Not just the actual recording, but the setting, the vibe. Just before we started the recording process, Josh and I both watched the Get Back. Is it called Get Back?
Yeah,
I think it's called Get Back. Yeah, the Disney documentary or whatever it is. So yeah, we thought we even started wearing some quite flamboyant clothing, some waistcoats that we never knew that our granddads owned. Started appearing some cardigans, but yeah, I love the Beatles, and we both love the Beatles, and we play a lot of the Beatles covers live as well. So at the album party, hopefully, potentially, you might hear a Beatles song. Ooh,
nice. So should we do a little? So this is the actual vinyl, which it looks awesome.
It feels awesome though, too. And have you smelt it? There's loads of senses that you haven't even tried.
I mean, it's
like, open it up and smell it.
This is a first for me.
No, get it out. I'm glad there's video for this. Get it right out.
But the artwork's really cool. Like, I love the...
I noticed that you just threw it down on the table there, Simon. Don't treat it with any respect at all. I'm joking.
It's the cardboard.
But yeah, I think it looks pretty nice.
I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like I said before. Like, it's just, this is your body of work. Like, no one else. This is yours. Like, you are responsible for making this.
It's cool. And if all else fails, I've got loads of frisbees.
Like in Shaun of the Dead. If there's a zombie attack, you're sorted.
Yeah,
you know?
It's true. But yeah, I think it's funny because it's got this weird space. Obviously, there's like a space theme throughout the album.
Yeah.
With the artwork, the name of the album, some of the songs are kind of spacey themed. And I don't really know where that's come from, apart from I just love the visual element of it. And it's, maybe it's just an explanation of how it is inside my head. But yeah, I think it looks lovely.
So obviously we've got 10 tracks, and I'm gonna put it out there. I always do. I always ask people when they go on a brand new album, what's your favourite one? I know it's like picking between children, but everyone really has their favourite. I'm not my parents' favourite. It's fine. I know that. I accept that. You know.
I am my parents' favourite. To my brothers, I am the favourite. Everyone knows it. Do you know what? It's such a difficult question. I would probably say not my favourite. I don't think this would be other people's favourite.
Okay.
But it's my favourite simply because of it was one of the first ones we started on, and that's the song. This is the song that I really started to get the vibe for the album. So, Instigator, which I've already released, it is and it's just a fun one to play live with the band as well. But I almost, it sounds crazy, but I almost feel bad on any of the other songs, telling them that I prefer another song. Like you say, they are my it's for other people, isn't it? I just love the process of writing them, and I think they're cool songs, and it's for other people to guess themselves as to what they prefer. But I've listened to it a million times, and I couldn't really tell. Oh yeah, I got bored ages ago, but I couldn't really tell you. Instigator, I'll go with because I love playing that one with the band.
What was the first song that was completed?
That one was like in its entirety, or like started.
yeah, what one did you finish first? One was the whole song that you were like, yeah, this is for the album.
Number one, it doesn't matter to me. Yeah, I think that one, it just felt like a great album opener. When you know, some songs just feel like they're the perfect song to start with. So that one, I think, was the first one that we finished and thought, okay, that's done. We'll come back to it in 3 or 4 months and add some stuff if we need to, but that's where we want it to be. Yeah.
So which one are you most looking forward to playing live? So at the 1865, which one are you going to be like most pumped to be playing?
Again, probably Instigator.
Yeah, it's got a big riff.
I just love that. Yeah, I don't really have any riffy songs, so it's like my chance to pretend even more that I'm good at guitar. But yeah, probably Instigator, I think. But again, Life's Not Fair is a fun one to play. To be fair, and they're all going to be fun. I'm not going to play them all though. No, I'm not going to play them all simply because I don't want to drown people in sounds that they've never heard. Yeah. You know, but yeah, I'll play about half of them, I imagine, maybe more.
So this is the big night, isn't it? 1865, 11th of November.
Yeah,
Saturday night.
Saturday. Yeah, it's also coinciding with Skindred at the Guildhall and the Professionals at the Joiners. So there's a bit of competition there. You
did announce first.
But, yeah. So, but yeah, it's going to be great. I'm going to release the album the day before the gig, and then, so that's on the Friday, and then on Saturday night, we're going to do a gig at the 1865 to celebrate the album release. Yeah, there's some great local Southampton bands on the lineup as well. People will obviously be able to grab a copy of the vinyl and the CD and some merch to go along with it as well. So yeah, just hope people show up, and it's going to be fun to play some of these songs live, because it's literally been, I mean, last time I played the 1865 was over a year ago, and the set's completely different essentially.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be a fun night.
So yeah, so we're getting the album on the 10th of November, album release on the 11th. I mean, it looks awesome. The singles we've had so far I've really enjoyed, you know, and it's just really exciting to see from
thank you.
When we first played you like 10 years ago to now, like the growth, and it's cool. I love people making like a full stop, like drawing a line in the sand, going, "This is me," and I love that, and I love the fact that you've done that now. And yeah, I'm just really excited. Oh,
thank you very much. Yeah, it's honestly, it's like it's a weird feeling, to be honest, because it's like I don't know. It's just like I've held so many vinyls in my life, not of mine.
Yeah.
But then you hold one, and it's like, wow, I did that, and it's something to be quite proud of, I think.
Oh yeah. That's now a moment.
Whatever happens, you know, I can say to my children, my grandchildren, like, this is my album. Like, it's a weird thing, and there's so many copies that it'll go on forever. Honestly, I'm never going to sell them all. Bloody hell! But there's so many copies that, and you know, there's no way vinyl doesn't disintegrate easy. That's going to be around for hundreds of years. So I'm done now. That's it. Not very good for the environment, though, I must admit. But
good for the soul.
The songs are good for the environment.
Yeah. No, it's just, I'm really excited for it. I'm just really excited to hear it and just see what you've done. It's been amazing 10 years, like I said, watching you grow. And yeah, just the best of luck with this, and the best of luck with the gig as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we will see you very soon.
Should we do our secret handshake that no one's ever seen before?
Yep. I remembered.
What are you doing, you weirdo? I didn't think we had one. Did we have one?
I don't know. Right. Well, thank you very much. So, 10th of November, Sunshine Moonlight out. I'm assuming Spotify and all those sorts of places.
All that.
Saturday, the 11th. Good day for a party. 1865 album release party. Calum Lintott. Be there.